Welcome to Previewing the Ring. Today I will be looking at Hell in the Cell 2017, give you what I think's going to happen, maybe what should happen, and throwing out some predictions. Let's get started. Alright, on the pre-show we have Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin going up against the Hype Brothers. Going to call for a Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin win. It's probably going to be a short match, and we may or may not finally get that break in between the Hype Brothers. We shall see. All right, next up we have Rusev against Randy Orton in a non-Hell in the Cell match. Now, the build up to this so far has been Randy Orton beat Rusev at SummerSlam in about 9 seconds. And then Rusev beat Randy Orton on SmackDown in about 9 seconds, so we have to have this match. Now, also, after Rusev beat Orton on SmackDown, he's been having celebrations and happy Rusev days and things like that. And even though it might sound corny listening to this, it's Rusev. Whatever they give him, he has made Happy Rusev Day good. He's pulled it off as he always does. I am going to call for a Rusev win here, actually. Aiden English and Rusev have been together on SmackDown the past couple of weeks, so I can definitely see English getting involved or providing a distraction or something like that, allowing Rusev to get the win here. Next up, Dolph Ziggler going against Bobby Roode in a non-cell match. And we have a battle over entrances. Dolph Ziggler makes fun of entrances. Bobby Roode has a glorious entrance. So we have this match made. Now, the build up to it was pretty awful for weeks and weeks. Ziggler came out and basically just dressed up as different people and mocked their entrances and things like that. Eventually confronted by Roode with his glorious entrance. Bad build up, but in ring, the match could be a lot better than I think a lot of people might be expecting it to be. Ziggler, if he doesn't walk his way through this match like he has previous pay-per-views this year, Bobby Roode will show his A game. This is his pay-per-view debut. So I'm going to call for a Bobby Roode win as it is his pay-per-view debut. The SmackDown Women's Championship, Natalya defending against Charlotte Flair. Upon returning from Ric Flair's health scare, Charlotte immediately wins a fatal 4-way to become the #1 contender for Natalya's title. Now, the build-up to this match, other than that fatal 4, has just been a couple of promos cut on each other. They haven't had a whole lot of physical interactions or things like that. So not a lot of heat's been built up. Now, on the go-home show before this pay-per-view, Natalya did put in the sharpshooter on Charlotte, and Charlotte did tap. So based on that, I am going to call for a Charlotte Flair win at Hell in the Cell. Next up, the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. The New Day defend against the Usos, and for the first time, a true tag team match will be conducted within the confines of Hell in a Cell. The build-up for this match, really don't even need to speak too much about it. In July, these two teams fought. It was great. These two teams fought at SummerSlam, and it was a near classic. I am expecting the same out of these two teams again. It should be match of the night. I am going to call for a New Day retaining of the titles for this one somehow, some way. Whichever New Day member is not inside the cell, they're going to make their way in and help the New Day win and retain. Next up, the United States Championship sees AJ Styles defending against Baron Corbin. Now, coming into this match, Baron Corbin has lost his briefcase cash-in opportunity. 0 Fs given. John Cena beat him at SummerSlam while basically making him look like a clown. And then on SmackDown Live recently, Corbin has lost in a variety of ways, and basically he does not look very strong at all coming into this match whatsoever. But with that said, I believe, and I am going to call for a Baron Corbin win here, actually. And I am looking for some sort of Enzo Amore, really bad cheap shot, low blow, cheating, something in that vein. Get the title on Corbin, and then maybe try to rebuild him up again as a heel that cheats and, things like that. So, calling for a Baron Corbin win. Can't believe I just said that. Next, we have the WWE Championship. Jinder Mahal defending against Shinsuke Nakamura in a non-cell match. So coming into this, Nakamura beats Cena, becomes the #1 contender, loses to Jinder Mahal at SummerSlam due to Singh brother interference, and ever since then, Jinder has cut racist promos and has been completely unfunny, talking about Nakamura's faces and constipation jokes, and basically being a complete bore with the title. But with that said, I am going to call for a Jinder Mahal win here because it is not in a cell. There will be some Singh brother interference yet again. And yes, Jinder Mahal, the man who has held the title longer than the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Somehow this madness is going to continue. They are going to make a trip to India in December, so I think they're just going to keep this title on him so they can go to India and Jinder has this championship. That's all this is going to do, and we're just going to shuffle Nakamura out of the way, I guess. Alright, and what should be the main event, Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon inside the Hell in the Cell. So the build up to this, Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon had been butting heads over how the referees on SmackDown Live were doing their jobs. Shane McMahon guest refereed a couple of times, they got in each other's way, and it all eventually boiled over to where Kevin Owens is going to attack Shane McMahon. Vince McMahon even got involved and came out onto SmackDown Live. We haven't seen him in a while, so kind of a big deal when you see Vince now. And Kevin Owens proceeded to beat the living crap out of Vince McMahon on SmackDown Live. So this is just going to add the heat and the momentum coming into this match. On the go-home show before this Hell in the Cell, Shane McMahon called out Kevin Owens, and he got Kevin Owens. KO powerbomb Shane McMahon through a table, beat him up all around the ringside area, beat him up inside the ring. But Shane McMahon kept getting up, kept coming at Kevin Owens. Eventually, Shane McMahon gets a pop-up powerbomb for his troubles, and that is the last we saw of this feud. Now, we also know a stipulation that has been added to this match is a pinfall counts anywhere. So, that automatically sets off bells that they are going to do something huge spot-wise. It's Shane McMahon. He likes to jump off of things. Kevin Owens is going to. This could be just a phenomenal match. I don't even know where to go. Like, my mind is all over the place, especially with this stipulation. So, fever pitch for this match. Well done. I am going to call for a KO win here. And I am not just going to say a KO win. I believe that Shane McMahon is going to be absolutely brutalized throughout this match. Maybe even Stephanie has to come out and stop the match. But I think this is eventually going to lead to Kevin Owens and Triple H somewhere down the line meeting up over this incident.